Good morning, you guys. Happy hump day. So, one of, look, I'm having a hard time with this because it's really difficult to watch people spew their political opinions, regardless if they're trying to be on the left or the right or where they're trying to land. If they're fucking ignorant, they're ignorant. And whew, wings. I'm glad that they didn't take you back. You have not dealt with the fact that you have DV issues. You didn't take it seriously, but I also understand why that particular community would potentially put you in a mind space where it gets worse, right? I get this. And so perhaps being around such abusive people who have humiliation fetishes it's not great for you guys right now, for you and Kelly, but can we talk about your goddamn ignorance over politics? Let's go. By the way, I love Breaking Banquet's intro is amazing.
Blow one. Go ahead, sue me. Going to get banned again. Ban it.
Say my name.
Breaking Banquet.
You're goddamn right.
It's not a new shirt. It's not a new shirt. Actually, my wife destroyed a couple of my shirts. She put bleach on them. Do I think I ever beat Wukong? Probably not. Can I do my own laundry? 100%. But, like, my laundry's not that bad. I don't care.
But you just complained that she bleached out some of your shirts, right? So you don't like the way she's doing the laundry, but you don't want to do it yourself, you fat fuck. Alright, okay.
Dave's triple, delete one now. Both of you and Pac-Man eat everything you see. Hey! I rack discipline, I 100% do. My problem is, if I'm the person that makes the decisions, I'm always going to be spinning my wheels. Like I have a docket ready for, like, the show, but, like, I'm unhappy I think the docket's unpretty. No, I'm fine. I literally just woke up. Yes.
What is unpretty? The docket's unpretty? What? I'm sorry, that's not even a goddamn word, Wings.
He's financial advisor. You're proving your intelligence by asking me this question. By the way, the reason I asked that question is because it's something everybody learns and nobody remembers. Girlfriend left me, needed that stream pimp. Why did your girlfriend leave you? Oh, go ahead and ban Joe Blow 01. Joe Blow is one of those that goes into, like, people's personal messages and like scolds them for donating. So he's banned on site now. Go ahead and ban Joe Blow 01, please. See, I don't know, man. She's mentally ill. She has a lot to resolve trauma. She's hearing voices and shit. She's generally an unhappy person. Maybe she felt like she'd be better alone. Are you pulling my leg, Blue? Really? Like seriously, are you pulling my leg? Like, Blue's girlfriend left.
That's a parasocial relationship right there. When you're coming to an online personality to trauma dump and ask for advice, that is a parasocial relationship right there.
Why? Who's Blue?
Blue's this guy. And she said, and I asked him why, and she goes, she's mentally ill. She has a lot of unresolved trauma. She's hearing voices. She's generally an unhappy person. What would Kelly do about this? You
want the responsible adult thing to do, or
well, I'm about to give him the responsible adult answer.
You want the real
We keep it 100% hotness
The
over here.
100 is you dodged a bullet, just run. Block the number and go.
There's no such person out there that you can fix.
She's not wrong, you guys. You get into a bad relationship and you're not equipped to actually handle that person's problems, fucking run.
Gotta love a person for who they are, not who you want them to be.
Oh, see, you're getting way too deep. I'm just like block it, go, move on.
Right, but if you don't learn from the experience, you're doomed to repeat it.
Now I feel like you're talking to me. We should do Wings Wisdom.
It's pretty much my whole stream, Wings Wisdom.
Wisdom Wednesday.
You should do Wings sucks at video games and ignores most of the chat.
They just told me I had an L tape.
We go now.
I asked if you want me to keep it 100. A weight loss group in the Discord.
Kelly's gonna start her weight loss group in the Discord.
We're gonna do Walking Wednesday.
Joe Blow, go ahead and sue me. Go ahead and get banned again, by the way.
Walking Wednesday tomorrow.
You're only gonna walk once a week, Kelly? For real? That's it? That's like your whole plan? I can't, girl.
Oh.
All right, how much to free Joe? $500. No, I'm not using an exhibit. The only thing I'm using is fried chicken. Is there any good local honey stands? No, Kevin. Dongola Highway is an actual highway. Sit time. Why am I having so much trouble with this guy? I couldn't. Granted, the camera would keep zooming in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even that I'm struggling with him. Like I guarantee I could beat Kenichiro first try. It's not very entertaining. Well, you're just not here for it being entertaining. If to you being entertaining is like me throwing a hissy fit and crying, you're not gonna get that 20 hours a fucking week.
Yeah, but Wings. This is the kind of bullshit my brother put me through when I was a kid. Made me sit around and watch him play video games. It was boring then, it's boring now. Like, why? How is this even a market? It seems like you're not really getting a lot of views for what you're doing. I don't know how you're earning income anymore. I guess you probably have investments. You're probably invested in things. Okay.
That comes by once a month, but just be here on right. Wings will all be for. Okay, thank you, bum. Bums, go. Why do you come to my stream if you're just gonna hate? Yeah, I spend $300 a day getting lunch. That's exactly what I do. Like what was that? $7,200 a month or some shit like that. It is what it is. Hey Billy, can you take care of that guy that's spamming? What do I think about ice raids? I don't think about them. I didn't get a chance to actually purchase the cow. I was going to go a half and half on like cow rights, but they decided to purchase the cow all on their own. And that cow just recently had a baby. What state should you absolutely avoid? Mississippi, most likely. What's my favorite god from the Roman pantheon?
You know, the irony of you saying that is that I was just talking to one of my longtime friends who is a political organizer, a Bernie bro, just like me, Wings, who said that she was in Omaha, Nebraska, and they were so fucking racist there that she couldn't wait to get back to Mississippi for some organizing she was going to do there. Okay? So, you know, it really depends on where you are and the makeup of the people that are around you, right? I went to Omaha, I didn't see anything, I didn't have any problems, but I've never been to Mississippi. She was actually working in that state and, you know, doing things to advance progressive candidates. What the fuck do you do? What do you do?
I don't fucking know. Call some questions in chat. What do you think of the West Coast of the United States? Biden's cancer. Here's the thought process and what I've learned, right? Joe Biden is a 9 on the Gleason scale. From my understanding, the Gleason scale is a scale that's used when you have two types of cancer cells in your body at the same time. It's his cancer from the prostate is a stage 4, which means it's terminal, and that it's already metastasized into the bone, which means metastasized basically means that it's traveling. So it's in the bones.
Oh, wings. Most people discover prostate cancer when it is very advanced because it's not something that you actually feel. It's not like something that protrudes that you can see on the surface of your skin. It's not something that gives you irritation. It comes up during your colonoscopy, which they do every 10 years. Every 10 goddamn years. Okay? So, this whole conversation is so messed up, and it's so conspiracy theory.
And most likely other organs of his body at this point. The only photo that Joe Biden has broke his silence on is one that could be.
He couldn't even pronounce it. It's metastasized, and that's when it gets into your bloodstream and starts affecting other areas of your body. This also happens with other forms of cancer like breast cancer and stuff like that. Or if you're not staying on top of skin cancer, which is something he's going to try and shame Biden for right now.
Obviously something he took later or earlier in his life. I'm going to say that they've known about this at least until he dropped out the race, because the fact that how he suddenly dropped out of the race and Kamala Harris took over means that I think that's when they learned that he had prostate cancer. Like that's.
Well, that would be a stupid opinion on your part, because they were actually trying to push Kamala on us all the way back to before the 2018 congressional races. The DNC had already selected her as the golden child, and the progressives within the party were fighting against it. So you really don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
That's when they learned about it. Where did I study medicine? Google.
Mm-hmm.
What's the best Pop-Tart flavor? God, it's either strawberry or s'mores. That's the two answers. It's either strawberry or s'mores. It goes much further than that, though, right? It goes further than that. The Democratic Party had to know that Joe Biden had cancer at least 2 years, right? Well, look, there had to be something up because
no, they didn't, because there's HIPAA regulations. They didn't have to know anything. And he has now been out of office for 5 months. And he did not, he dropped out of the race. So he knew his health and mental acuity was declining, and that he was not going to be able to, he's getting too old. And the problem isn't what you're describing. The problem is the DNC tries to reward end-of-life candidates by selecting them to run for president. And I've been trying to get some information on who they intend to run next, but I haven't heard anything. But it's the same as like the Catholic Church. You don't become Pope when you're 35. You become Pope when you're at the end of your fucking career. Give me a break, dude.
Like there had to be something like, oh, he's not feeling good. He's struggling with his speech. He's falling downstairs. Like, they might not have known it was cancer.
Dude, there's tons of footage of Trump falling downstairs and struggling with his speech. And he doesn't have the excuse of having a stutter. Why would you go down this direction with it? For real? God damn, Wings.
But they were moving like lesions off his chest and things of that nature throughout his entire presidency. He had multiple surgeries. And to be like, hey,
Are you talking about just like fucking moles that they suspected might be skin cancer? What are you talking about, lesions? That sounds like he has AIDS or something. What the fuck are you even talking about? Where did you get that shit from?
something's really wrong with Joe, and they're still willing to run Joe over, just getting a new candidate. Because like one of my biggest gripes with the last election cycle was that the Democratic Party basically twisted it in a way that they got to pick the candidate they wanted, and you didn't get to actually vote what candidate the public wanted into office, right? Like Kamala Harris was running against Trump, not as like the people's candidate, right? The people that vote Democrat didn't vote Kamala Harris in. They were put there because Joe Biden could no longer run. And to say that you couldn't see a man is slowly dying from cancer or feeling the effects of cancer.
Look, the DNC set him up for failure. They obviously knew that he was well connected enough that he was going to be able to, run for re-election and whatnot. But at the end of the day, Kamala was the person who said in the debates, I was that little girl. I was that little girl. You can all look it up. She was talking about affirmative action and how he was cutting funding for busing back in the 70s. Biden wasn't a great candidate, period. But you don't need to trash him when he could very well just go out like Jimmy Carter. Like, why you gotta be so mean when you literally beat up your wife on camera and you have such strong opinions about this guy, for real?
And all of a sudden has stage 4 cancer just bloop, out of the fucking blue, right? Is you being dishonest. You're being dishonest with that. That's all there is to it. Because guess what? Joe Biden has months. He's not living to age 92. He's not living to the end of summer, right? You're telling this to us because you don't want the news to report, but like Joe Biden died of pancreatic cancer. Nobody's seen it coming. You don't want that headline. That's the only reason we're learning about it now, right? This is showing, which keep in mind, I'm not a Republican. I'm not even angry about it. It's just that there's so much underhanded shit as it came out in the last few years about.
No, you're a dickhead who you're trying to present as a Bernie bro when you're really a libertarian, and you are trashing the people who actually represent your best interests. You're an asshole.
The Democratic Party, I have no idea who those people are, but we should all vote for Wings. They're high-ranking DNC members. They didn't ban him. They message deleted him. Oh, did not mean.
Yeah, and do you know how the DNC gets elected? Do you know anything about that, Wings? Do you know where those people come from? I don't think so. Huh. There's county parties, there's state parties, and then there's the national organizations like the DNC. And they also have the one that elects governors, and they have a few different sort of PAC organizations that focus on specific races. The DNC is focused on the presidential race, right? Everybody who gets drafted into the DNC has filtered up from these state parties, and the state parties have they have filtered up people from the county parties. You don't know shit because you didn't follow Bertie's advice to enter the party or run for office, did you? No. No, you didn't. So why the fuck are we listening to you and your blowhard bullshit?
Do that, no! So bad in the curry counter. Oh, come on.
Okay. I'm done here because all he's gonna do is just fucking waste his days away playing video games and trying to earn money on the net by doing it. So that's all we got from Wings right now. But oh my god. And I don't even want to jump into the little cow bullshit right now. They're trying to sweep for Billy by saying that Ken was the one that said swallow. Rostov, it was not you listening to it like a podcast. It was in the chat, and it was Billy the Cringe. So, double check yourself before you wreck yourself.